Hello everyone, welcome to Broccoli Master YouTube channel. In today's video, we will build a blog website from the scratch by using the Django REST framework and the React.js framework. By the end of this video, you will have a clear-cut understanding about how can you build your own API by using the Django REST framework. And we will also see how can you operate the CRUD operation in a React.js framework by using the API. So without wasting your time, let's begin it. Let's start our VS Code first. For it, just write here cmd and the terminal will be open. For that, here I will write code dot and the VS Code will be open here and here. Now let's start our project first. So for it, we will write Django admin start project, and I will keep the name it as backend. Okay, now you will see here this folder is created backend. So now I again just cut it and open the folder from here. Okay, writing cmd, and here I will open it again. Let's open terminal, and now let's create our virtual environment first. So write python -m venom env. Okay, so we will create yes. After that, it finally will take some of the time. After that, it will finally activate it. Okay, now let's activate this environment. env scripts activate. So finally, our virtual environment is created and activated. So now on it, I will create one of the app name Django. Here we need to write python -.py start app name home. Okay, it's showing that no module Django is found. So let's start our Django on this environment. For it, install the pip install Django. It will take some minute, so wait for that. After that, it will got installed in our system or in our virtual environment. Now let's again start our app. Python -.py start app and name it home. Okay, now you can see here home folder is created there. So on these settings, we will connect the home app. So for it, let's install the home here. Home. Okay, that let's save it. We don't need this, just remove it. And again, we also need to include this on our URLs. So let's including it. Include that defining the path. Let's name it path app URLs. Okay, let's hit save. Now let's start our server. Python -.py run server. Okay, so here is showing that API no module name API fine. So I think I have made a mistake here. Let's correct it. Here is our home URLs. Okay, so we will write like this home.urls. Now let's again start our server. Python -.py run server. So again it's showing an error home.urls. Okay, so let me check where this error is came from. So I think I have not defined the URLs in the home, so let's define it here. .py. After that, let's run the server again, and we also need to define it here. So I will copy it, your patterns, and paste it here. We also need this. Let's copy and paste of hub. Okay, so we don't need this right now, so just remove it. And after that, finally our server is started. So here is showing that 18 unapplied migration is found. So let's first migrate all these files. Python minus dot py migrate. Okay, now again start our server. Let me check it. Okay, finally it is working. And now let's create our API first. For creating the API, we need to define and create our models first. So let's get it. So here getting our blog models. So right here class blog models dot. Okay, here we will define the title first. Carry field 255. Okay. After that, let's define the content. Take as text field, and there is also author field. So let's define it here on writer. What else dot? Let's take it as char field. Max length equal to 100. Okay. After that, we also need to define the slug. Define it models dot slug field that unique equal to true. Length. Okay. Max length should be as 255. Okay. And there is also a tag section, so let's define it. Models dot char field maximum length should be 200. Okay, that there should be also get it date. Now we also need to define the slug function so that it will take the slug value from our title. Let's do that. So I have a code from it, just I am copying this, and after that I also need to import a slug file. Let's import this also here. Okay, finally we have done with the blog models. So now also let's register this blog models in our admin.py. So let's register it. So in this I have defined the list display, in which it will display all the blogs according to their title, author name, created at, and updated dates. After that, there is also a search field in which you can directly search there by using the filters according to their titles, author, content, and after that there is a list filter and ordering. Okay. So now let's create our serializer first. So creating serializers.py. If you have not seen the video that I have defined on the last video about serializers, what is models PYs, and what the things necessary things are useful while creating our Django REST frameworks. So please first you need to go and watch that video. That video will provide you a clear cut concept about this all the stuffs. So here let's define the serializer first. So working with the serializer.py file, we need to install the REST framework in our system or in our environment. Okay. So for it, just write a command pip install Django REST framework. Okay, and it will automatically install all the library in our environment. After that, we also need to install this Django REST framework in our install app. So let's do this, and here we need to define a REST framework. Okay, so let's save it. After that, we also need to define the media URLs. So let's define it here. Okay, we have done that. And in the URL sections, we also need to define the settings here for handling the URLs. So we also need to import the settings and statics. So let's import it here. Okay, so finally done. Now let's get our serializer. We will import the serializer from our Django REST frameworks. So for it, let's import the serializer from REST framework import serializers, and again from .models import our blog. And for creating a serializer, we just define the class blog serializer, and right here serializers dot model serializer. So I have made a mistake here. There should not be a capital C. There must be a small c. Okay, while creating our model. Now we will get the class meta and the model block. After that, field should be all. Okay. Finally, we have done with the serializers.py files. So actually, the serializer helps to convert the our model files into a JSON format so that the API can easily read that files. And with the help of this, it makes them easier to communicate. Okay, so that we are using this serializer. Now we also need to define in our views.py file. So let's define it here from REST framework. What view sets. Okay. After that, from model.import blog. Broadly from serializer, import the blog serializer. Now from class blog set, blog view sets. Okay, view sets dot model set. After that, define the query barabar blog dot object dot all, and serializer class must be a blog serializer. So finally, we have defined the views functions in our views.py file. Now also need to define the route here. So for the routers, we also need to import the routers from our Django REST frameworks. So let's import it. REST framework dot routers. Here we will write import default router. After that, from dot views import blog view set, and after that we also need to define the router equal to take a default router in which we can easily operate the CRUD operation, and also need to define the register. So our box and must be accessed on a blog view set. Okay. Now again, we need to define the path. So we will take here like this and include router.urls. So when it go on the blog slug, then it will open our blog view set. Okay, and in this blog view set, it will first open the blog view set functions. According to this blog view set functions, it will again access the blog model. Okay, so in this way, this term logic is actually working here. So now let's check it either it is working or not. And here I will again migrate file. So here first we need to make the migration. Let's do it. -.py make migration. So successfully our model block created. After that, we again migrate it. Migrate. Okay. So let's start our server. Okay. Now check it, and here's our API section. So let's go here, and finally you can see this is our URLs part. And when we click it here, it will open our form. You will have a clear understanding about this when we are going to connect this blog list into our React.js framework. So don't be worried about that. We will be reaching it soon. So let's first try these stuffs while we posting our blog, then it is saving in our models file or not. So let's do this. So here I am writing this is our here is my blog first website. Okay, and this content is just for testing purpose, and I will give the any types of name locally master. Okay, so this log will take automatic, and tags must be give the tag. So now let's check it either it is work in our database or not. Here again we need to access this, and so here we are getting the error. So first we need to create our super users. So let's do it. For it, I'm just getting in another terminal. Okay, and here so much error is showing. So let's clear it. Again, we need to activate this environment here. Okay, now python -.py create super user, and here I will give the name admin. Okay, So finally done. Let's check it again. So here we are seeing that the blog model is not created yet. Let me check where we have made the mistake. I think we have not saved this. So let's save it again. So let's again start our server and checking it again. Just load the page. And finally we have seen that the blog section is arrived here. After clicking this, and our post is already saved here. Now let's connect the Django REST framework with our React.js framework. So for do that, first let's create the folder here, name Frontend. After that, open this. I have a file. Copy these all files here. And if you do not have a file, don't worry about that. I will provide the link of this file in a description below. You can just go there and explore that things. And just follow the steps what I'm doing here to connect the front-end part with our backend section. Okay, so it have open. Now let's just open this in our terminal. VS Code. Finally it got opened. Now before opening the file, we need to install some of the library here. For it, first install npm install. After that, again run npm run dev. Okay, let's open this. So finally, this is our blog sections, and we will fetch all the data that is available in our backend to here. Okay, and here is also a create post sections in which simply we can create the post from here, and after that creating the post, it will available here. Okay, we will also deal with the login sections, and there is also option with the login with Google. So we will do all these stuffs here. Okay, so don't worry about that. And after that, when the user is login, then only this will create post sections will be show here. For just now, we will only explore in this video about how can we create the post, and that post must be available in our home section. So for it, we need to make the changes in our backend section, Django REST framework. So let's do it first. So in the settings file, first we need to install the course header. So for course header, just run this code pip install Django course headers. So I already have installed this code. After that, you need to install this course header in your install.apps. Okay, after that, you will also need to add this middleware. And after that, you also need to make the connections. Allow origin is equal to true. Okay, and you would also need to make the connection of this. So this is our course allowed origin in which we can send the data to this local host 5173 server. Okay, so in case you have a domain, then just comment these sections and write the domain name here. And finally, you also need to define all this media file and statics file in this section. So in the models.py, I have missed the image section. So let's write the model here, image equal to models dot image field, and write here upload to image. Okay, now let's expand our terminal, and here when you defining the image here, then you also need to install the pillow. So just right here pip install pillow. So I already installed the pillow. After that, we need to make the migration of these all files. So python -.py make migration. File will be 1 and 1. After that, again migrate the file. Okay, now let's run our server. So finally, we have done with the backend sections. Now let's deal with the frontend section. Okay. So first I need to create the post here. So let's explore this source, and in the comment sections there is a create post sections is available. So on here and in our home sections here and similar in the login sections, in these three sections we need to make the changes to create a post there. So let's explore a line by line. In this create sections, we need to add these all codes. So I am just writing the comment here and here add this line of code to make the post. Okay, and so let's have just pasted here. So here all the title, author, content, tags, image field is available from our model section, and after that we are handling the image here. So in this line we also need to define the API in which our local host server is located, so that in this sections we can also create and fetch data from this API. So after that we also need to make the changes here. So let's make the changes, and here set form data handle submit. Okay, it will submit all the files that we are going to make the post here. So let's save this file. Now again move to the get post content section. So this is just a editor in which every plugin is available here, in which you can bold the text or write the titles, upload the image. So every plugin that is available in a, it is just like a WordPad, okay, in which you can upload your file, make the changes in your text. Everything that is needed there is available here. Okay, after that here's a create post form. So we also need to make the changes here. So just we are removing this all files, and that you just need to add here. So here is handle submit. We will handle our this form when we are going to create a post, and here is a name is called to titles, name is called authors. They will link to our model files. So making these changes will make the form. So making this post will make the post in our server. Okay, so let's save it up also. So similarly in the logging input section we also need to make the change here. Okay, copy these all stops and let me post it here. So the front-end sections is mainly done by the front-end developer, so you don't need to worry about how can we handle this all stops. As a backend developer, your main task is to create a just API, and handling the API will be the front-end developer parts. So don't worry about that. I'm just showing you how can we paste the data and make the changes in our project. Okay, so let me save here. Now let's check it either it is work or not. For it, let's start our server again. Npm run save. Let's refresh it, and in the create post sections, so here use state is not defined. Some types of error is showing here. Let's find it where this error is came from. So in the home block card section we also need to modify here. So here we are going to make the modify. Okay, finally done with that. After that again also need to make the changes in this section. So let's remove this and pasting it here. Similarly in the block card sections we need to define here latest post. After that the latest post title, so let's define it here, latest post. So this is our content, just removing it, and here we need to write latest post content. Okay. Number 2, this is used for handling the image. So here also let's define it here, latest post, latest, and here also need to define as, just remove it, and here write latest post image, write it here, latest post image. Let's save it. Similarly in the home sections we need to define here just get this line of code. Okay, so we are fetching the data from here. Okay, so here you can see there import HTML React parser. Something issue is showing here. So we need to install the HTML parser here. So let's install it. So write this command, pressing the enter. It will automatically install all the parser file here. So finally it got installed here. After that, let's run again npm run dev, and let's check it. Handle submit is not defined. Okay, we have not defined the handle submit. So I will define it here. Let's kill the terminal again and restart our server. Npm run dev. So in the home sections, we have missed the handle submit. So I already defined it here. So now let's refresh the page again. So this is our page sections. Let's refresh it. So finally it is working, but in the create post, still the error is showing. So let me check it again. Okay, it is showing the error here. We have not defined the handle submit. So let me define all this stuff here. We need to define the handle submit. After that, set form data, and again we need to define the form data here. Let's refresh it and let me check it again. So finally it is done. Now let's submit the data from here. This is the testing post. Okay, and here let's write a name, broccoli, and tags, do in tags block tags. After that, let me upload the image. So here Python, welcome to 10MC. Okay, so let's submit this file and let me check the console. So it is error creating the post here. Handle submit get post 43. The error is showing here from the create post section. So let me check it again. So here the error is coming from this side. So let's test it here. Let me check again. So and here we also need to pass these all things. Let's paste it. Make the changes. After again writing the code. This is the test post. Tags. Let me log and let me upload a file here. Okay. So this teeny MC is loading. Okay. npm run dev. Now let's check it again. So here again we will write this is testing post. Okay, that give me the broccoli, and here I will give the tag blog. Let's upload the file. Hello. So this is the post. Okay, so we have seen that our post is successfully uploaded. Let me check on our server. So I am refreshing here. You can see that the post is available. So let me also check here. The file is available, but this is showing in the paragraph mode. And while clicking on this title, our detail page is not opening. So let's deal with that. So here we need to make the changes. Content here and here double comma. So let's remove it. After that, we need to include this or parts. Okay. So here parse float is in. Let's remove it. Okay. So I think I have made the mistake, spelling mistake here. So let's remove it and paste it there. And again save it. Run our server. Run dev. So again, let's check the file is working or not. And so it takes a time. Okay. So finally, we have made our blog projects and it's look very beautiful, and we will customize it later. So when we click on this, then the detail page will be open, and this is our slug that will render the post. Okay, so I have faced a many issue while rendering these files. Let me tell you what types of issue do you find. You also need to make the corrections for rendering this detail page. So for it, let me define here. You need to make the correction first here in the description sections. You need to here define the description. Okay, after that you also need to define this line of code. Similarly, in the heading sections you need to define titles. In your code there might be a param, so instead of writing the param you need to define here title, and you also need to define a title here. Similarly, in the image sections you need to define the blog image here and the blog image here also. So making these changes, I hope your blog should be run successfully. So this is for today. If you have not subscribed our YouTube channels, please make sure that you subscribe the channels, and please share this video to your friend or family who are interested to learn the Django or React.js framework. In the next video, we will see how can we authenticate the React.js framework with the help of Django REST frameworks. So till now, keep watching and keep coding. Thanks for watching the video.